Uh, I keep getting people from UAE or people who have lived in UAE. They keep sharing their stories or experiences with me. Now, most of them who share have been in UAE for many years, the majority. But once a while, I do get people who share really bad experiences. Okay. And these bad experiences that are there are borderline bad to horrific. Yes, on a almost everyday basis, I get people who have defaulted on their checks or credit cards, and people who get scammers blackmailing them for money, saying you are involved in watching porn or in prostitution. They must have gone to a massage parlor or some happy ending area or a prostitute, and like idiots they must have given their number, or they must have exchanged something on Tinder. So then they get blackmailed by the scammers from Pakistan or who operate from India or Bangladesh, and they are so worried. But I can understand, given the fact that they have this template, Assalamu alaikum, I'm Captain Abdullah or something, with a photograph. They give the location of the Barsha or some other police station and say, if you don't want the case, pay the money, we'll close the case. I've told people countless number of times, the police never do this. They never chat with you on WhatsApp. If they have a problem, they'll actually call you and tell you to come at the police station and talk to you. Okay. They will discuss with you. They will not discuss on WhatsApp. And the biggest one of all is they'll never ever ever ask for money. Never. They'll not send you a link. They'll not tell you to pay. Anyway. But like I was saying, once a while I do get people who share an incredible story which really makes you think like, oh shit, what the hell is happening? So there was this yesterday I got this call. I spoke to this guy. Surprisingly, he studied like me in Sarja Indian School. Okay, the school where I studied. And yeah, educated guy from the northern part of India, very classy, speaks very fluent English. So I asked him what happened, because he said he wanted to share with me something. So long story short, this is what he told me. He completed his background. Okay, he completed his schooling in Sarja Indian School, then joined his father's business, which was in Gold Souk, the Sharjah Gold Souk, okay, which is very famous for gold shops, especially Indians. So he had a gold shop over there, and obviously, why the hell does he need a degree if his father's shop is doing well? And his father had set it up in the 70s. So they were doing well, and money was there. I even asked him during like COVID, did the business get impacted? He told me that the only time business got impacted was during the they introduced the value added tax, and then Expo 2020. So obviously prices shot up, and customers, like if you tell them there's a 5% tax the government charges, customers are like, no, I don't care. Even if they buy 20,000 and you charge them 200, no, I'm not going to pay. Kalivali, I don't want. So it would eat into their profits. So he told me, yeah, we lost a couple of customers there. Otherwise, we had our normal amount of customers. Now, it was, this part during COVID, businesses could not operate, they shut down, and obviously people were in trouble. So this is where he told me that he lent a friend of his money. Now, before I do go further, let me tell you, anyone who tells me their story, I'm aware of the fact that they'll portray themselves as good human beings. Okay, they'll portray themselves as, I'm the good guy, they are the bad guy. This happens in relationships, partnerships. Obviously you're telling your story, so you're the good guy in your story. So take it with a pinch of salt what I tell you, and I'll also give you my observations. So he took money on a credit card which was from Dunya Finance, and taking money out of this, he gave it to that guy. Immediately I told him, who takes money from a credit card? So he said he has been doing this. So then I understood when he said that he has been taking money on cards, giving people, charging them an interest and making money. Yeah, some people do that. It's it's their business. They have the business sense for it. They have the risk appetite. Fine. So he used to lend money to people on the card, so he doesn't lose anything. They would pay him a higher amount of interest, and he would pay the bank and he would make his profit. So he was doing that. He told me that the friend he gave money to, he didn't charge him any interest, which I don't know. This is what he's saying. Okay. Hard to believe that someone who is, a businessman would suddenly be such a nice guy. But then again, it's his story. Okay, fine. So he gave this guy a loan, and the amount he told me was 60,000 dirhams. That's around 15,000 US dollars. Okay, he gave it to him. And he was told that he'll pay him a small amount every month. So he paid him. I think he was paying him 5,000 bucks or something. Okay. And, in a couple of months, the loan would be finished, done. However, what happened was, remember, he took like $15,000. He paid $1,500, $1,500. And then maybe he paid 1,000 or whatever. But then after COVID hit, he defaulted. Defaulted 1 month, then defaulted the second month. First month he defaulted, he said, you need to pay. Obviously people give excuses. Second month he defaulted. He said, listen man, I need the money. So he said, yeah, sure, I'll give you. Now what, if you remember, I told you he took money on the credit card. Now, because he took money on the credit card, if you don't pay, the card company does not leave you, because banks are not your friend and they're not doing you favors by giving you free money. Now, I asked him, why did the bank call you? Didn't you pay the money? He said no. Now, this is where I felt his story was a little fishy. I mean, you're a businessman. You have taken money and not even paying the minimum. There, I felt his story was fishy and inconsistent. I'm being honest with you. Okay. And he didn't pay 2 months, so obviously the bank will come knocking on your door. And they obviously have collection agencies. So I still find it hard to believe that 2 payments, they would send the collection agency. I feel there's much more to it. There's much more of the story he's not telling. But anyway, now, because of this, he started, now the mistake he did was, he didn't pay the money, and then he was asking this guy, then this guy didn't pick up the calls, and now all of a sudden he's stuck with a loan. Now instead of doing the smart, simple thing, pay the whole money, case closed, this guy tried to find loopholes in the system. He decided to, not pay, then have a court case, so he pays the minimum amount and all that drama. He decided instead of paying 60,000, he would take the longer route of getting into some kind of bloody court case. So then he just has to pay minimum, have a little bit of a court case, slap on the wrist, okay, bye-bye. There are stories where people have paid up to, even for 100,000. They've been to jail and they only pay, 2 2,000 or whatever. Now, don't start using, oh, very good, Loy, shit, yeah. Don't start the new thing that I'm sure the thought will come to your head. Shit, I'll take $1 million dirhams loan. I'll go to jail for 10 days. They'll give me a slap on my wrist, make me pay 2,000 bucks. Good, 1 million I'll enjoy. Don't even think about it. The banks and UAE jails, you're not smarter than the system. That much let me tell you. So this guy thought he was smarter than the system, and he dragged this on for 2 years. Going in and out of 2 years, no, more than 2 years, 4 years. He went to a lawyer, and the lawyer spoke Arabic, and he was Emirati. You know, in the courts, you're not allowed to speak to the judges. Only the lawyer can speak to the judge. They have this rule where an Arab Emirati can speak to an Emirati judge. And obviously, judge is respected. You can't talk to him directly. They'll bloody throw you out. I remember when I went for the divorce of my wife, I was just holding a newspaper just to read, because we were all waiting for the lawyer to come, the judge to come. I was reading a newspaper. I was just minding my own business. This one guy came and just hit the newspaper and threw it on my face, and what he's... Oof. I was like, oh, whoa, what happened, man? I'm just reading a newspaper. You're not even allowed to do that as an expat. So I kept quiet. Not my country, you know. Okay, so the Emirati could speak to the judge. So the judge asked him, will he pay 10,000 and close the case? Here again, he tells me that he didn't understand or something like that. Or he told the judge what is the other option, and again, inconsistency in his story. But instead of paying the 10,000, he decided, instead of paying the 10,000, he decided to drag it so that he could get a further discount. You know, a typical Indian mentality. Penny wise, pound foolish. So this guy again dragged it. And lo and behold, what do you know? He was given another court date. And then the judge called him again. And this time when he was supposed to go, his PRO told him, don't go. If they make you, declare you guilty, you'll be jailed on the spot. Just send your lawyer. And instead of that, you stay at home. And if you're declared guilty, then you pay some money. There also some story he gave me. I was like, okay, whatever. Overall, what this guy tried to do is, he could have paid the full money and no headache. But he decided to take the risk, use the loopholes of the system, and wriggle his way out by paying the bare minimum. Now see, I also use the loopholes of the system. I use it for getting a visa. I use it for not having problems with my, face tattoos. But you can only be so lucky until your luck runs out. And for this guy, his luck ran out. Then he tried to get somebody else, some other local guy, to remove the case. He'll bribe him some money, 5,000 or 7,000. Then he'll go to somebody else, and that guy will loan him money, and he'll give him a car. And this car turned out to be, they robbed it from somewhere. Then CIDs got involved. He gave me a long story of all the... I finally had enough. I told him, see, listen, get to the point. What happened finally at the end? In the end, what happened is, his business that was started by his father for 2 generations, where they were making millions, shut down. Okay, the CIDs, all that, got it? Those days there was a local sponsor, and the landlord of that shop, he had a 2 million dirham deposit. 2 million dirhams, huh? So when he told him he's closing down his shop and this and that, obviously Emirati, why should he let go of easy money? He told him, nothing doing. You sell anything, you have to ask me. So this guy knew, shit, I better sell everything fast. And so gold, everything, he sold it off quickly so he could have some money. But obviously he didn't get his 2 million dirham deposit. And yes, he lost his livelihood, he lost his life, lost his business. Now, this is my personal opinion, I can be wrong. I feel the guy is not a saint, okay? Means he has not done anything criminal, but he's not a saint either. He was doing this side business of borrowing, lending cash, borrowing from the banks, playing around with the due date of the credit cards. Fine, that's perfectly okay. He is not the only one who's doing that. Many people are doing that. And he was making money. But, you know, like they say, you always think you're smarter than the house. Why do you think gambling addicts, they always think, oh, I will win 1 million. I will be rich. Why do you think people try to commit a crime? Even though they know the price is too high, they think they can get away with it. So he thought he could get away with it. And he dragged, same like, you know, this mentality of many Indians. There are other nationalities, but they take a 1 million dirham loan or house loan, card loan, and whatever loan. They don't have a job, so they run off to India. And then they said me, Loy, if I come back to Qatar or come back to some other country, can they catch me? Can I get away with this loan? See, you're asking advice to do unethical stuff. You've taken the money and not paid it back. Shame on you. I hate such individuals. And then there are even I had this Filipino who took, what, I think 1 million or something. He's in his 50s. He had a great job as a designer, lost his job. Now he's in his 60s. And he was asking, if I come back to UAE, I went through floods and lost all my money, you know, will they forgive my loan? I said, don't even bother coming back. Just stay off the radar. You'll get fucked. See, and then there are these idiots who keep commenting below the videos. Oh, I took a big loan or 100,000. I just paid 5,000. They slapped my wrist. And you seriously think you can get away with taking free money? You seriously think? Okay, I challenge you. Take and show, no? Take and show and do. And then you will be... Now, don't quote my, oh, Loy said to take and show. No. Your life will be destroyed, man. You'll be blacklisted. You think you'll never show up on the system? Do you think it is worth to take a certain amount of money and then have your name, your identity, your career blacklisted for the rest of your life? You do not know where it will follow you. You do not know who will have these records. And best part is you do not know where, when or how you might end up getting arrested. And once you get arrested, you're finished, man. You'll be in jail. You can't... Okay, you will say, oh, they'll put me in jail for 2 years and then I can get out. And fine, if that is what you want. With all the gay homosexuals there who will be tearing your asshole. You might get AIDS and whatever. Fine, if that is what you want. There are people who I know have been to jail and after they have come out, they can't get a corporate job. Because the story follows them everywhere. And then there are others who taken a loan, ran away, gone to another country only to get caught one day. Yes, there are many people who have taken loans and run away. I personally know some of them. But you have to stay off the radar. Some people feel that's worth it. I feel it's totally miserable way to live. Now, what is the moral of the story of this guy? See, a couple of them. One is, see, you might be smart, but you're not smarter than the system. That's number one. This guy tried to wriggle his way out. He should have paid the whole money. That's his fault. He's paying the price for it. It's sad that 2 generations of a business, had he just paid off the money full, the 60,000, okay, you made a loss. His gold business would have continued for the next 2-3 generations. Well, I don't know, maybe it was, he thought the risk was worth it. See, the problem is, you know, people who commit a crime think nothing will happen. I'm smarter than the police, smarter than the intelligence. I can just make the easy money. You get fucked. Yeah, this guy got fucked. Now, what will happen? He'll live the rest of his life saying that, oh, they fucked me for a few dirhams. Mate, you made the choice. You take personal responsibility. You fucked up. Who asked you to give the loan? You. Who asked you to not pay the full amount? You. Who decided not to drag this issue in court? You. Who has to pay the price? You. So why blame UAE? Why blame anyone else? I don't know whether to feel bad or good. Obviously, I'm not going to feel good. What do I get? But it is sad. It is sad. Two generations. It's like the goose that lays golden eggs. Every day you'll get one egg. Instead, you think, oh, I'll cut the goose open. All the eggs I'll enjoy for the rest of my life. God fuck, no? So let this be a warning story for all you people who think you're smarter than the system, or you can just take things and get away with it, or there's no need for collateral. I'll play around with the money. When you get fucked, it's a matter of when. Not will you get fucked. When you get fucked, bye bye. Anyway, this is a lesson for you people, all you expats. Please don't try to play around with the law and the system, because if you do, then you're the one who will pay the price. Now, he'll stay in India for the rest of his life and remember the glory days. He's thinking of going back. I don't know why would he want to do that, but okay, then again, your life, take your risk. See, maybe you start all over again. Who knows? Clean slate. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Wish this guy all the best. Hope he has learned his lesson, and I hope you guys don't do what he has done. Please take care. Ciao.